Hey guys, my name is Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working on the 2024 and newer Ford Mustang vehicles. So basically what we're going to show you guys today is how to add factory Ford GPS navigation to your Mustang. Most of you who purchased the base model Mustang, not the premium, did not get GPS navigation embedded in that Sync 4 system. So today we're going to make that available for you guys and show you how easy it is to do. You just have to replace your sync module. This is pre-programmed by us. Replace your sync module, which is also called an APIM. We're going to run a GPS antenna underneath the dash top and just plug it in. And then lastly, we're going to use an OBD Genie programmer to configure the vehicle to allow navigation to be displayed on your infotainment display. So again, we're going to show you how easy it is to do it here in just a moment. So let's get started.
All right, so where we're going to start in swapping out our APIM is at the screen. We have to pull our screen. It's actually located right behind the screen. So in order to do that, we're going to grab our panel tool, and right behind the screen we have this cover that's kind of running across the back of the instrument cluster as well as the infotainment screen that just pops straight up. So any kind of panel tool, pry tool, kind of to open up that gap. And it's just held in with some retaining clips. So we just got to run along the back side and pop that cover off. There we go. And now that'll give us access to the 3 bolts that are holding our screen on. All right, so it is in fact 8mm bolts holding this down. There's one in the center here, and you have 2 others that are deeper down in there, one on either side here. So I have a screwdriver, which allows me to go behind the screen pretty easily. You kind of got to use the force a little bit to find the screws. So there's one. And for the other 2, because they're deeper down in there, I have a magnet that I'm going to use. So once I remove those bolts, they're probably not going to come up with my socket, so I can extract it with the magnet. There's one. There's the other one. All right, so with those 3 screws removed, we can just grip our screen and pull straight back, and then we can remove our 2 connectors. This side can be a little tight. Go. All right, with our screen removed, we can set that aside. Now that we have our APIM exposed, what we have to do is pull out a few 7mm. We have 2 7mm screws right here. Once we get this off, that'll give us access to the 2 that are actually holding the bracket on. Then we have 2 more on the other side that we'll pull off. And to get access to this, you can kind of just pull this panel up and to the back, and that'll give you enough room to pull out these 2 7mm. Then we'll pull these 2 out. And now we can wiggle our bracket out of here. And we don't have to actually pull the whole bracket completely off. We can leave those wires attached to it. For now, we're just trying to gain access to the APIM screws, which there's one down here. It's a torque screw, one right in here, and one right underneath here. So we'll go ahead and get all these plugs disconnected and remove our Torx bits. All right, now we'll take these T15 Torx screws out. A magnet is your best friend here, so you don't lose these in the dash. And this deeper one down here. There we go. And now we can wiggle our APIM out You see the new one has this additional line right here. This is for your GPS antenna. Now the GPS antenna is included with your upgrade. This is it right here. As long as you mount this free from any kind of metal covering it, you should be fine. So what a lot of people like to do is put a double-sided piece of tape right here. You can stuff the wire in between your dash and tape it up on your dash somewhere. What I like to do is find metal underneath the dash because it is magnetic. And as long as what's right above it is not metal, so there's just plastic right here, and as long as it can stick and it's not going to move anywhere, that's usually a good spot and you should get perfect GPS reception. So I'm going to stick this up in here and leave myself a little bit of slack so I can plug it in, and I'll run this down through here. Alright, kind of so it's like taking that factory routed path, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we can do the reverse of the removal, reinstall everything, and we'll move on to programming. All right, now with everything reassembled, we're ready for our screen. Let's go sideways right there. All right, now we'll slide this back into place. Just like that. Now we can put our 3 8mm bolts back in. And for the deeper ones on the side, I like to use my magnet to kind of drop it in the hole. All right, our screen's secure. Now we can snap our dash cover back on. All right, the install is done. Now we're ready to start the programming. All right, so we'll make sure the vehicle is in the run position. We're gonna hit the start button one time. All right, now we'll plug our programmer into the OBD2 port. All we have to do is wait for the light to turn green, and that indicates our programming is done. Now we'll cycle the ignition if you have a key, and we'll check out our navigation. All right, so we went ahead and pulled it out of our workshop because that's a metal roof in there, so we weren't getting our navigation to find us. But once we pulled outside, you can see it found us without issue. This gives you full navigation. I love the interface here. You can see pinch to zoom, but the animation is so seamless. Reset that there. But yeah, if you want to enable navigation on your Mustang, this is the perfect way to do it using all OEM equipment. If you found this video informative and you want to see more like it, be sure to head back to infotainment.com. Thanks for watching.